We don't have the details what happened behind the scenes, but it's tough. I mean, networks were traveling there. They had made amends. All the delegates will go down to Charlotte, North Carolina. That's when things will happen. So the president, he needs major events to take place.
Medium mocha?
Sure.
All right, here we go, people. Oh. It is Brittany. Hooray! Melissa just drove up and then she's just like, what are you guys doing? Why aren't you just like, we're going rafting? Yeah, she was like, oh, screw you guys. I know, exactly. She's like, it is the 24th, isn't it? Oh, man.
I fall out. I haven't fallen out on all the times I've been so far, but
I have. It was the most fun I ever had. It was. It was a lot of fun. Now, ask the women that were in the boat, because they were with me. The woman that I was next to, she was crying. What? Yes, she was like, I'm like, whoa, and then she's like, and I was just like, oh, are you okay? You know, and I'm like, oh, are you okay? And then I'm like, oh, here, and I grabbed her hand. You know, I grabbed her hand and like, put your feet up, put your feet up. Yeah. Here we go! Yeah!
Hope you get stuck on something else before you go down another rapid.
Yeah. It is a little freaky when you're there and you're going down because there's rocks.
Uh-huh.
And that's why you have your feet in there.
Uh-huh.
So if you hit a
They
rock...
tell you butt and feet first.
Right. Because if you hit a rock, then the water's pushing you.
Uh-huh.
So you'll go...
You have your feet out of the raft?
You can either... No, this is when we fell out. This is when we fell out. And we fell out during a rapids.
Okay.
And when there's rapids, there's usually rocks. And if it's calm, it's usually because it's deep.
Mm-hmm.
But if it's not, then it's because there's raw rocks. And what ended up happening is you hit the rock, and so you can either go hit the rock and then kind of go around the rock like this, but then your feet kind of go behind you and you have to get your feet back in front of you. Or you hit the rock and then you kind of go over the rock and then you got to get your feet back in front of you. So you kind of got to do like a...
You have to go around or cling to said rock.
Yeah.
Someone tries to pick you up.
Help! All right, let's do this. Oh yeah?
That's where I've rafted multiple times. I've been there, but I was not.
So how many times have you been rafting?
5. All on that river.
All on that river. See, I've been only once on that river for sure. And I don't even know where the second one. I was with a group and I wasn't even driving.
And you made someone cry by falling
The
out.
Maupin one was the one where I didn't make them cry. They cried because they fell out. I didn't make them cry.
I thought they cried because you fell out and they were.
No. The whole boat tipped over and everyone fell out except for one person. It was, and that was the thing that was hilarious. It was this lady was the only one left on the boat. And she was, and she was like, "Oh my Exactly. What are you leaving me for? Oh my gosh.
So you're gonna do paddles with one, like.
So did everybody bring a mask that's not gonna fall off their face?
We'll find out.
Yeah, exactly.
I brought two because I figured one's gonna get wet, and I don't want to wear a wet mask when I'm not rafting.
Oh, it's mine. I bought one, but
Well, they
it's
said
it's gonna get wet.
They said you're only gonna need to wear a mask when you're not when you're with people outside of your group. So with people in your group, you don't have to wear a mask. That's what a lady made it sound like. But since we're on a boat with the instructor, that's the reason we have to wear a mask. And today is the first day of the mandate. I'm like, great. Could it be tomorrow?
Yeah.
But we're outside.
I know, we're outside on the boat.
We're outside. There's ventilation. We're in water.
And I said,
What if we just tell the guy that they're part of our group, so then it doesn't matter?
Yeah.
You're one of us now.
Well, and I said,
One of us.
We go in the water or if the mask falls off, because that's there's a high
Possibility,
chance of that
yeah.
happening. She's like, well, we'll just make you sit in the back of the boat or in the front of the boat, away from the instructor. I'm like, what if okay. Anyway, logic there is.
Yeah, she was like, oh, is that them? What? She's not slow.
I wasn't lying. Because I asked her when I saw her at work the other day, I was like, how do you drive? I was like, if we're carpooling over, I was like, how do you drive? She's like, fast. I was like,
Oh. Because she drives fast.
yeah.
Well, there you go.
So have you been rafting before, Julie?
Oh, another one. Yeah.
Never been, and
Yeah.
everyone really is very scared that I may not come back. I'm like,
I'm glad you're doing it because I couldn't get Alex to do it. I kept trying.
Alex is afraid?
Yes. Oh my God, she's definitely afraid.
Alex.
Will, you don't understand. Africans, we do not go. We just know we don't go.
Alex is still, yeah.
That was a good impression. That was good.
For whatever reason.
I want to go, Will, but I don't want to die.
Minor detail.
It sounds pretty safe. I mean, how old do you have to, what's the minimum age to go on this trip? Do you guys know by chance?
I have no idea.
I think you have to be able to like
Swim?
be able to follow directions to like paddle. So like there's younger people that go.
I mean,
everybody wears life jackets.
I would say maybe 8 years old, maybe, but I really don't
Yeah.
know.
Yeah, because there's only a couple like higher class or lower, however the rapids are rated, whatever. But with the more extreme ones, there's an alternate route that like that we kind of discussed beforehand of like which one do we want to go down.
Got it.
And so you can go down like the easier one.
Right.
I don't recommend it. It's really boring.
It's like super boring. Well, my family wants to go, and most of us have kids, and so
Yeah.
Well, talk to Joanna because she sets all this stuff up.
Yeah. And there's
Her
a lot of rafting
her
companies.
family's business. Her family does the business.
Yeah. We did it as a family thing for about 4 years.
Oh,
And we went and we do separate themes every year.
what do you mean themes?
Like how you dress up.
Pirates?
There are often a lot of pirate boats. We did like Goodwill Ugliest Pants.
George Washington.
That was entertaining.
That would be awesome. What are those guys doing? Lewis and Clark. That would be awesome too.
I don't know if you fall out.
Yeah.
You might not make it out of that water.
Yeah.
Is this still sandy?
Oh, there's the Joe's Donuts everybody talks about.
Yes.
Downtown?
One of our friends' husband rides his bike from Gresham out here.
Just to go to Joe's Donut. Joe's Donut Shop. Look at that place. Oh.
I have not heard of that place.
Oh, I've heard of it. Never
Yeah.
been there, but I've heard of it.
It's like one of the old-fashioned places that they're bigger than your head, and it's only like $3.
Oh, really? Oh, okay.
They're what?
Well, they're really big donuts for a cheap price.
Isn't there a Dairy Queen on this road, like right in the middle?
Government camp.
Oh, government camp.
Oh, that's way up in the middle of the road. Is that what you said?
Like middle of the pass.
Oh,
It's just a dairy
That was a thing about that movie. It was like it was all about the technology of the special effects, but it was such a basic storyline.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I felt basically, gosh, it's basically, gosh, they've done it before. It's like they've done it before.
It's been done before.
Yeah.
Or at least the main idea.
Yeah.
He's a hitman. He wants to retire. He takes out the wrong guy, and then the company wants to take him out. But the guy that they send after him, that he's like, it's like he knows all my moves. It's his clone.
It's him. It's basically him younger.
Yeah.
And so they basically took a version of Will Smith in the '90s. Face, you know, what he looks like, and we all in our heads know what he looks like in the '90s.
like Fresh Prince.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they, right. So so they use that. Historical is that the sister, not Eliza, the wife, but who is the sister?
The one that you wanted to be with, or the one that just kind of like disappeared?
Well, the one he wanted to be with. What do you mean?
Because he married the one sister, but the other one he wanted to be with but couldn't be.
Because she was older. Right, because she dismissed him.
Yeah, she wanted to put her sister's happiness before herself.
That's the way I looked at it. Well, that was part of it. That was part of it. But because she was the oldest, she was expected to be looking for someone
someone with money.
Money and power, because she's a woman. And back then, that's what you needed. So at least somebody in the family had to have that. And who knew? You know, who knew who knew that Alexander Hamilton was going to become as successful as he was? And well, anyway, because the way they have it in there is that she passed on it, but in reality, she was already married when they met. Yeah, that was. But Lin-Manuel said, "Yeah, but I think this makes it more interesting of a story a story." And it does, but it actually works for the character. I thought it did.
Oh, there's the river, guys.
Yay!
That's it. That was a cute little place, and they don't make you wear masks.
Oh.
They said they figure people have common sense. Just like, don't come in. You want to wear it, you wear it. You don't want to wear it.
Cool.
Oh, you must be from Portland. You're a city folk person.
In here somewhere? Apparently you don't got no common sense. So.
Deschutes U-boat, Deschutes Canyon Fly, the Riverside, the OA. Oh, there it is in that little shack down there.
Wow, gotta walk real remote.
Quite sketch there.
Let's do some hunting. Is that an eagle nest?
Look at these little houses.
Yeah.
Where?
That's an eagle right
there.
Oh, you're right. Look at that eagle's nest.
There's birds in there.
Yeah, there are. Wow.
the full day trip?
Yes.
Right on. I'm gonna have you just, well, you know what? Why don't you park right in that space right there?